Co-opetition. What does that mean? It's when businesses join together to co-promote each other's services. It's basically competition plus cooperation equals co-opetition. I am not making this word up. This is not a made up by Sierra thing. This is a hybrid business concept. I brought into the business world in the 90s by two professors, Adam M. Bredenberger, I'm making sure I get that right, from Harvard, and Barry J. Nalbuff from Yale. So what is the thinking behind co-opetition? I'm a big fan of collaboration. One, I think that as tiny business owners, we tend to become very isolated in our work. We tend to really crave that water cooler around the conference table banter and the beautiful part about collaboration that comes from working in a larger environment, that getting ideas from each other and getting different perspectives on things and things like that. There are many ways that we can work collaboration into our tiny businesses. We can do things like volunteering and joining networking groups where there are people that are also interested in collaboration. Accountability partners are a great way for collaboration. Working on projects together in and out of our businesses, and of course also by doing things like mastermind groups or conferences or things like that where people are brought together to work together. But specifically, I want to talk about co-opetition today, and I am referencing notes a little bit if you see my eyes going all over the place. So how does co-opetition work for tiny business owners? Well, the basic premise of co-opetition is to find your competitors that you can trust. So yes, it takes a little research and then it takes talking to people. Again, networking, joining organizations and associations are great ways to meet these people. Don't think of them as your necessarily opposite competitor battle. It must be everything to take you down or to make you go away. It is not the case of one dominating the other and making the other disappear in the market while one grows larger. Instead, co-opetition looks at it as, all right, we perhaps serve different niches within our very similar businesses. Maybe our offerings complement each other. Some examples of this are, let's say, in the lawn care business. Perhaps one of you works better on xeriscaping and one of you works better on lush jungles that you're creating for your garden. The person that does the xeriscaping may have a lead come in and they may immediately see that they're not going to be able to give the best experience to this person because that person wants a lush jungle garden. But then they say, oh my goodness, my friend Laura, she does this landscaping so well. And they would then pass that on. Now, some of you might say, well, that's referrals, no big deal. But having very specific intention and strategy about co-opetition can really make that different. That is seeking out the people that you know complement your business, seeking out those competitors that you trust, and meeting together to discuss how this would work, what this would look like, talking about your expectations, putting together an idea of how to measure your success and your trial timeline. Saying, for example, let's try this for 3 months. If I do not see that I end up getting 5 clients from the leads that you provide me, then after 3 months, we're going to just not put energy or time into this any longer. As I said earlier with those referrals, it could also come down to trading dead leads with each other. So if you each have a list of, let's say, leads that you have approached that you are not apparently the perfect fit for this client, perhaps if you switch that list, start with 3, switch 3 dead leads with each other and see what comes from that. That's another great way for co-opetition. Another thought is if you have products, even if you have services, you can create bundles with a not necessarily a competitor, but with another business that complements yours well. Again, make sure the trust is there. Make sure you're meeting to discuss your expectations, to measure that success so you know what to look for. You know if it's working well. You can't just guess if it's successful or not. Our brains, first of all, love to trick us into thinking things that they're not. Sometimes they make us think that things are more successful, sometimes less. So make sure that you are collecting data, that you are having how many leads are you giving me, what happened with those leads, so that you can track and you can look at the ROI on these decisions. You can create bundles. Let's say if you have services, let's say you are a hair salon, you may create a bundle so that the massage services down the street And you with your facials, perhaps, did I say hair salon? We'll just say salon. If somebody purchases a massage and a facial, they get 10% off of both of yours. You can create things like that. If they are products, you can actually maybe have the other product designer create something specifically for you in a white label licensing thing, or you can just put two products together, sell them at the same time. You don't even need to have each on, one person doesn't have to hold all of the inventory. You can each ship or deliver upon the order. The most important thing with Co-Opetition, the thing that makes it Co-Opetition, not just I am passing referrals and sharing business leads, is that you are putting intention and strategy into this. So you are meeting with the person who you determine that is your either competitor or complementary business, that you can trust them, that you are together discussing what your expectations are. I keep repeating this because this is the most important part of it. You want to make sure that you have a method in place for measuring the success. And you want to have a trial timeline established so you know when to stop. Make sure that you are meeting regularly. If you have, let's say, a 3-month trial, I suggest at least every 2 weeks, if not every week, to make sure that things are going well. Or why put all the time and energy into it? If you want something like this to succeed, you should give it its due attention, or don't bother to put the time and energy into it. If you find that you are not getting the desired results immediately, tweak, change, adapt. Don't just say, oh, it's not working after trying one tiny aspect of this potential partnership. Make sure that you are meeting regularly, discussing, tweaking. I apologize if you can hear my dogs there running around like lunatics, and decide if it's working for both businesses. Are you in an arrangement of co-opetition? I would love to hear about it. This is a really interesting business concept that can help greatly tiny business owners because you have the flexibility to change and try things pretty fast. And because it really helps with that collaboration and helps you not feel lonely and isolated, bring some new perspective, some great ideas, some inspiration, perhaps some better productivity for you as well. I'm Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers. This has been another Tuesday Business Tip. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are experiencing co-opetition, reach out. I'd love to hear about it. You can always find me at MsSierraBailey.com. Thank you.